Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu to all of you. I hope you all are fine and alive and kicking. Today, I'm going to teach you the new topic of your 16th week, or you can say the last week of your last topics. That is your sentence structure of simple verbs. Well, before this lecture, I taught you the sentence structure of to be verbs, and in which I told you that there is a formation of to be verbs in which we have subject, then helping verb, then complement. But in this simple verbs, we have got or we get a different simple structures here. Now just proceed towards our lecture. Now, even though in our previous classes I told you the definition, the explanation, and the usages of simple tense, that where do we use present simple tense, and what are the basic uses of simple tenses. Uh, Now, there is a structure or formation of present simple tense that whenever we are just trying to write the sentence, so while writing the sentence, in the sentence, we have to give the subject first. At the second, we have to give the man verb, which is of your first form. Then the object comes at the last. Means the subject comes first, then at the second man verb, and the third means at last we have to give the object. Now some of the students have their questions and they have asked me, so what is difference between complement and object? Now yes, of course there is a difference. And some of the students told me, sir, there is no difference because they always come at the end of sentence. Yes, of course, they always come at the end of sentence, but there is a difference. There is a difference. Now, what is the difference? That complement consists of your adjective as well as your noun. Clear? And always come. Complement always comes after the helping verb, but whereas the object always comes after the main verb. Clear? And if you just focus on the definition of object, that object means on which the work is done. Or in Sindhi language we can say "Jain te kam jo asar the ya jain te kam puro the." Clear? So on means the on which the work is done, or on which the impact has been made of subject of any work. Clear? So that's why there is a difference between the object. Now if you just focus on the sentence of assertive, that he eats meal. Clear? Because now we have given s especially to the man verb, that is your eat. Now some of the students have a question, sir, why do we have given s to the man verb? Because there is a rule. There is a rule, and especially a present simple tense, that whenever we have a third person singular, likewise he, she, it, and the singular name, when we have the third person singulars, likewise he, she, and it. So with the help of these three third person singulars, so we have to give that s or es to the man verb. Clear? So this is that becomes what? That becomes the rule of present simple tense, that he eats meal. Now what is he? He becomes subject. Eats, that becomes the main verb. And object, what is object? Of course the object is your meal. Now that becomes what? That becomes the assertive sentence, or you can say the affirmative sentence, or you can say the positive sentence as well. Now that is up to you, that what kind of a name you're just trying to give this sentence. Now the second one, does he eat meal? Now what is this? Now of course at the end of sentence we have given the question mark. Now that becomes what? That becomes an interrogative sentence. Now as you know, in our previous classes I told you the helping verbs of present simple tense, do and does, and you very well know that where we have to use does and where we have to use do. So that becomes what? That becomes an interrogative. When we are just trying to make the interrogative sentence, so the helping verb comes first, then he at the second, and eat. Now you might be confused that in our previous sentence we have given the s to the main verb, but right now we haven't given s, because there is a rule that whenever we are just trying to make the interrogative as well as negative, when we do the sentence or whenever we make the sentence of interrogative or negative, so we have to remove the s or es from the main verb. Clear? So whatever the actual condition of main verb is, so we have to give the actual condition, and we have to remove the s and s whenever we are adding the whenever we are just trying to add the uh, helping verbs, especially in the present simple tense. Clear? So that becomes what? That becomes an interrogative sentence. Does he eat meal? Now the third one, he does not eat meal. Yes, of course. Now that becomes what? Yes, of course, that becomes a negative sentence because we have given the not word after the helping verb. Does not. Clear? And at the end, we have the interrogative plus negative. So the does helping verb comes first, then he, then not, then eat, then meal. Clear? So whenever we have the interrogative plus negative sentence, so first of all, we have to give the helping verb first, then subject, then not, then main verb, and at the last we have to give the object. Clear? So this is the present simple tense structure or formation. Mashallah, I hope that you have got each and every point of present simple tense formation. Now proceed towards our past simple verb or past simple tense. Now same structure as we did, especially in our present simple tense. Now we have got the same case in past simple tense. Now the subject comes first within the sentence, then we have to give the second form of the main verb. Now I have written here two eyes. Two I means to a second helping second main verb or second form of the main verb. Then at the end we have to give the object. Clear? Now in the subject, he ate me. Now what is a second form of eat? Definitely the second form of eat is ate. Now he ate me. What is this? Now that becomes what? Now that this becomes the affirmative sentence or assertive sentence. Here or positive sentence. And the second, we are just trying to make it an interrogative sentence. Then of course, as I already told you, I taught you before that whenever we are trying to make the interrogative sentence, then we have to give the helping verb first. Likewise, I have given here in the first did, then he subject, then help main verb eat, means we have to convert whenever we are just trying to make the interrogative sentence as well as negative sentence, then the second form will be converted into the first form. So this is what this becomes a rule of your past simple tense, that whenever in the past tense we are trying to make the interrogative as well as negative sentence, so we have to convert the second form into the first form. Clear? We have to convert the second form into the first form. So what is this? Did he eat meal? So this becomes what? This becomes the interrogative sentence. And the third, he did not eat meal. Now what is this? This becomes the negative sentence because we have to give the not word after the helping verb. Clear? And even though along with this, I'm going to tell you another thing, that whenever some of the students are, mashallah, intellectual and multi-dynamic, so they usually do not write the did not, but they usually written the didn't. So if you're willing to write the didn't, or even though if you're either willing to write did not or didn't, so this is up to you. Both are same thing. So did not, actually this becomes the separate words, but when you're just trying to make it connective or connected, so this becomes the contracted form, means didn't. So this is up to you. Clear? And the third one and the last one, fourth one, did he not eat meal? So this becomes what? This becomes the interrogative plus negative sentences. Clear? So this is all about the past simple verb. Now just proceed towards the last one, that is your the future simple. Now in the future simple, we have uh, the different formation from the past simple and as well as present simple. Clear? Now in the future, we have a subject after subject. In the second, we have to give the helping verb. Now at the third, we have to give the man verb, or in the last, which is your fourth, we have to give the object. Now, everybody knows that what are the helping verbs of future. Of course, will and shall are the helping verbs which are being used within the future simple tense. Oh, yes, of course. Now, just have a focus on the simple future simple, that he will not, he will eat meal. He will eat meal. Now, what is he? He is your subject, and after the subject, definitely we have to give helping verb, which is your will. And after will, after helping verb, the third one, that is your man verb, and which is your eat. And the last one, that is your object, that is your meal. Now he will eat meal. Now that becomes what? That becomes a assertive sentence. And whenever we are just trying to make it interrogative, definitely, as I already told you, that whenever we have interrogative sentence, then we have to give the helping verb first. Clear? We have to give the helping verb at the first place, then subject, then man verb, then object. Likewise, will he eat meal? Now, what is will? Will is your helping verb. He subject, eat is your man verb, and me is your, sorry, actually it is a printing mistake, or it is, this mistake has been done by me. But actually, this is your meal, not me. Clear? What is this? Now that becomes the object. Now this is all about the interrogative sentence. Now just come towards the third one, that is your negative. He will not eat meal. Now not always comes after the helping verb, will not. And the fourth one is your interrogative plus negative, which is your will he not eat meal. So what is this? Now that becomes what? That becomes an interrogative sentence, because will comes first, then subject, then not. So whenever we are just trying to make the interrogative plus negative sentence, so first we have to give the interrogative helping verb first, then subject. After the subject, we have to give the not word or negative word, which is your not. Then man verb, then object. Clear? So this is all about today's lecture. If you have any kind of a question, so leave your comments after watching this PPT video. So till then, thank you and Allah Habai.